Something else a little bit lighter, I just wanted to ask your opinion on before we finish up. I'm assuming you know boxing. You've seen the YouTube boxing that's been going on for the last couple of years.
Hmm.
And I assume you've heard about the Floyd Mayweather Logan Paul fight.
Yes.
Opinion from a boxing perspective, I would just like to see what someone from a boxing perspective thinks of that
You
entire
know,
matchup.
I have a mindset that is a little bit different. A lot of people feel like it's a joke and it's a detriment to the sport. And all the young boxers listening to this, think about how important it is for you to build your own brand. Because if you have a big enough brand, if you have a big enough audience, you could fight Floyd Mayweather. You know what I mean? Like, think about it like that. It's only creating opportunities. I When it comes to the matchup as it being an actual fight, there it's not. It's absolutely not. But it brings new eyes to the sport of boxing, and I hope that it brings a new mindset to fighters coming up about learning how to develop a brand and using social media. Because what will end up happening is you could probably start your own promotion companies, and promote yourself just like Floyd did in a time where social media wasn't as prevalent, but now it is. Like, opportunities, sky's the limit. So anybody that feels negatively about this YouTube boxing thing, man, build your brand and go out there and beat those guys up then, if that's the case.
Yeah, I say this all the time. I mean, you get people say, because obviously the Pauls are American, but over here in the UK we have KSI, and people are like, well, he's a YouTuber, and like he can't be a rapper, he can't be a boxer. It's like, well, he's had two professional boxing fights. He currently has two top 10 singles in the UK, currently, like, and the guy has like third highest subscribers ever. He's been doing this for over 10 years. I'm like, his brand is he's the most well-known person in Britain. You can ask anyone KSI and they'll go, I know the name, I know who that is. And like, now you tell that boy he can't go and box, he'll do whatever he wants. He doesn't care.
Yeah, he can do whatever he wants, and that is the power of building a brand. And like I said, I think people should spend less time being upset about him being a rapper and doing what he wants to do, and spend more time building their brand. You know, and that's my thoughts on this whole thing and this whole ordeal.
The whole YouTube. What about Jake Paul? Because obviously Jake Paul isn't technically classed as a YouTube boxer anymore. Technically, he's a professional boxer. Would you would you assume that as well? Would you class him as a professional boxer now?
Um, I would still consider him to be a YouTube influencer boxer kind of thing. And until these guys step up and fight, people with their same experience level, um, you know, uh, until I see them in a competitive fight, you know what I mean, and not some cherry picked opponent, I'm going to continue to consider them as a marketing specialist that's using boxing to make a little bit more money. But don't get me wrong, though; these guys put the work in, and I think in time, if they continue to do this, they will get in there with actual boxers, and I think they'll look good when that time comes. But until then, like, this is entertainment. Like, let's just be honest, it's entertainment.
Yeah, like Logan and Floyd isn't even a matchup that should happen. I mean, it's money, and I mean Mayweather is going to absolutely decimate him. I mean, and then you've got Logan Paul, right? His only chance is one big hit because he's a big boy, right? I'll give him his due. He's a big lad, but even then, I mean, you have to hit. You need one big hit, and you need to land that on Floyd, and he's going to be in and out and away. Like you're not going to get close enough to hit that big shot.
And the truth is, and a lot of people think that just because you're bigger, you land a good shot, you're gonna knock him out. You could probably hit him as hard. He could probably land that big shot, and he probably won't knock Mayweather out. Like, you got to recognize that this guy has done this his whole life, and he knows what to do. And if you've ever watched his fights, and if you've ever seen him hurt, and you've ever seen how smart he is when he gets hurt, yeah, the guy doesn't punch harder than Canelo. You know what I mean? And Mayweather beat Canelo when he was in his early 20s. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
yeah, let's not.
Yeah.
Let's not speculate.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. I think the problem is that my problem with it is that I don't. If they were going to make the fight, I don't think Logan Paul should have got the fight. I reckon it should have been KSI. First of all, KSI has the bigger audience in worldwide. It would have been Britain versus America then, which means you would have got more British viewership and more travelers. KSI is just a bigger name. He said it himself as well, to be fair, and Joe Rogan said it. Like KSI would have been the bigger money fight. He beat Logan Paul, so why would you not go fight him? And then someone made the absolutely ludicrous assumption, like, but KSI could knock him out. No,
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 no.
no.
I
He's
I
still not getting
I
knocked out
don't
by a
know.
YouTuber. That's
Yeah,
the end comment.
all this is that, Floyd is retired from professional fighting and he wants to continue to use his name to
Make
um,
that bread.
make his money. And I'm not mad at him for it. You know what I mean? KSI would be a bigger payday. And maybe that will be. But I mean, if you follow Mayweather on Instagram, he's thrown out some names for fights, and 50 Cent is one of them. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's just,
I
but
mean,
it is
but,
what it is.
but people can say what they want about. I mean, you got people saying Mayweather needs some money, blah blah blah. But Mayweather's never stopped training. Like that man just trains. I think that's all he probably does is just lives in a gym constantly.
Yeah. What else would he do at this point? Like, what else would he do?
He has no other things. He just works out. He has nothing else hobby wise, I don't think, to do other
Yeah,
than
no,
spend money and make money.
other than spend his money, right?
That's
Yeah,
it.
I mean, yeah, this is what this guy has done always, forever. It's not going to change.